the Ernie cards that we used to have to deal with in practice every day?
That could be, yeah, that could be part of it. I mean, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of, all those cards. There's, that's a lot of reading, a lot of film study. Because I always try to put myself inside, the other team. What are they going to do against us?
Yeah,
maybe it's a play they ran 3 years ago, and I've been waiting for 3 years, to run this against us in practice. Sometimes it actually plays out that way in the games. Most of the times it doesn't, but I always say, keep everybody alert.
Do you ever remember a time where we had one of those crazy Ernie cards where we were all bitching and complaining like, oh, we'll never fucking see this? You've seen it when the offense is over. What the fuck is this? What are we doing? Jesus Christ. We're never. Do you remember specifically a time that?
For instance, we're playing the Dolphins. It's probably around 2011. So because Brian Daboll, of course, was with us for a number of years, was the offensive coordinator, and I said, "What's Brian going to do?" And they had the throwback to the quarterback off the shotgun.
Yeah.
So we ran that in practice, and people were all, "What the hell? What's this?" Well, they ran exactly that play in the game, and the fact that we had seen it meant that we could react to it just in time. To make the play on defense, because the stuff it's happening so fast. If you got to think, it just went by me. You got to be able to anticipate. In fact, one of the great lines for coaching football was somebody I have tremendous respect for, Tom Landry, who would say, "Anticipation beats reaction every time." Yeah. Think ahead of that. Hey, we know this is the situation. This is what we got to watch out for, and that just makes a world of difference to just being out there playing. Oh my God, the play just went by me.
Yeah.
And how you've seen a lot of guys, they're always half a step late, and that doesn't work.
And that's what I try to explain to people, like when they ask, "What was your guys' day-to-day like?" And I'd be like, "Oh, well, we'd walk through plays, we'd walk through the walkthroughs, then we'd go to a built-in drill for that specific play, take it to a 7-on-7, then to a team, and we'd have all these reps, and you'd run 30 new plays, but you'd rep them 4 or 5 times, and guys would bitch and complain. But then when it came to game day, like Ernie said, it's in your subconscious. It's built in your subconscious. So you react and you've seen the play. It becomes deja vu. On this technique, this happens. Oh, I see this guy. I saw it in practice. I saw it in the walkthrough. And it allows you to play fast. And that's something that I always tell everyone. What made our teams was our practice and our ability to really take those meetings. I mean, that's hard to get, 30 guys to really buy in and go over plays. But that's what made us us. Back to these Ernie cards, okay? What people don't realize, we'd have like 3 plays that are 4-point plays, which is third down in the red area, which are 4-point plays because you don't get them, you get a field goal, you need a touchdown. And one time, Ernie brings out this like blitz zero look where these guys jump out, and we look at where he got it from. He got it from when like the defensive coordinator was a quality control guy at UOP in 1991. And Ernie found this one play on a third down in the red area where he used it against a look that we would give him. How many games have you watched, Ernie?
Well, a lot. And, it goes not only watch, but take notes. So I have, I can go to my book looking for, my those crazy situations, and when I write a play, I always label it, hey, this was whatever. Cal against Stanford, 2003, and it was play number 58 in the game. So if I really need to go back and find the video, I've got it right there. I don't pretend that I can just, if I had to just rely on my memory for all of it, it'd take me 3 weeks, which doesn't do any good when the game is Sunday. When I'm doing those cards on Thursday night, I need the information, like right now.
Ernie, you could do a guesstimate. Approximately how many games have you watched?
Oh, God. 40 years worth? which is there's a and of course this is like I would take a team that I thought was good on offense, like from probably 2007 to 2019, the two best offensive teams in the National Football League over that time were the Patriots and the Saints. Okay, I mean they were just year in year out, both of us were some of the best teams in the league. So I would a nice snowy February day, I'd just take some Saints games and just go through them, and it's one play, you just grind it out one play at a time. Try to find stuff that was.
People don't realize when he's logging these, he's watching the play, and after each play, he's putting down the formation, the personnel group, the defensive line look, the coverage, the potential blitz, the situation, the score. Like he's putting all that down every time he's watching each play.
And you're making. I'm not.
And then you have a note.
I'm writing.
Oh, you're writing it.
Yeah. You're right on my.
So 100,000 games.
That's probably a little much, and I would pick and choose. Which some games, like in all honesty, two bad teams playing, I would have a hard time, getting myself excited about watching. Like right now the Carolina Panthers playing the Atlanta Falcons. Unless there was something I really wanted to see, it's kind of hard for me to invest 3 hours, to watch it. But if there's teams, who are doing interesting things that I thought, hey, there could be something there that we could use at some point, because there are a lot of plays I might see. I could go Josh McDaniels. Hey, here's a couple plays that I've seen in the league. We should think about putting this in for us. And Josh, we were all doing the same thing. If you want to stay current, state of the art, you really have to be on top of what's going on.
Yeah, and you always were. I remember a lot of people talk about that whole, what was it, when we had Who-Man doing the formations against Baltimore. Mm-hmm. I think Alabama, or there was someone who was doing it a couple of weeks before.
Right, and and listen, and
that was probably a project that you.
Well, it was a lot like it's like Bill talked to Nick Saban all the time.
Yeah,
there were. This goes back because remember, Bill and I met each other as high school teammates in 1970. Okay.
1970. What's
right.
Bill like in 1970? Did he have good feet? You guys were both linemen.
No, we're both we're terrible, but we love football.
Well, there's so many times I've heard in the meeting room, me and fucking Ernie could do this.
Well, it would depend on what we could try hard. If it required a lot of ability, forget it.
You coached at Michigan State. You got
just for 1 year.
For 1 year with Saban. Was that part of
right after I graduated?
Yeah,
from Carroll.
And so, did you think Nick gave you a recommendation to Bill?
Sure. I don't. I can't.
Yeah.
Brian. So Brian was a second year GA. I was a first year GA. So he was a year older than me.
Brian
Daboll. So when I got there, Brian was already in his second year. And so I was in my first year. So that was a huge experience for me. Because coming to New England with Bill, after being with Nick, it didn't seem like such a oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'd already all right, I know what this is like, after having been with Nick.
What are the similarities and differences?
Nick is not afraid to really detail it out. You know what I mean? Like there would be like a cover one tip sheet for the DBs that was like this thick. That's one defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, holy cow. If we do this, got that, and he believed in preparation. It was relentless in that regard. Bill was very much the same, but less like he would try to simplify, I thought, as much as he could, and we might play cover one, but he's not going to overwhelm you with, too much detail. But I mean, honestly, their personalities are a little different. everybody thinks Bill is what you see in the media, and as you know, it's not like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it was fun. It was great for me to have a chance to be with Nick before going to Bill.
Baptize you into it.
No doubt.
We all forget Anakin was a Jedi first.
Like, again, you think about the incredible run that we had, like, every year, let alone we were getting whatever team we played, we were getting their best because that was the benchmark. But you're also playing the best teams every year, all the time. Like, the mental fortitude, is that a word?
The mental stamina.
Toughness. Favorite, Tommy.
Yeah.
Like, the what do you say? Stamina. What was it?
Competitive
stamina. It's my favorite term that he would use. Competitive stamina of you guys was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize right now with these Chiefs. Everyone says, oh, they only won by 2 points. They don't realize that every team and every coach that's coaching against them, they're sitting and they say, that's America's Most Wanted. If we beat them, we're going to get paid more. We're going to get a new job. We're going to do this. Every single team. And it's not like you're playing Louisiana Lafayette Agricultural School to the right. Everyone's getting fucking paid.
Yeah.
Everyone's good.
Yeah.
Everyone's good. So that's
good.
why it's impressive what they're doing. But that's what Matty P was trying to say. Like, you know, it gets hard when you're winning first place every year. You're America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
So you're playing everyone's Super Bowl.
It's amazing. You don't realize, you know, and again, we did this on purpose, right? So we were always kind of behind the curtain, like, you know, it was no one, we had that mystery about us, right?
Yeah.
Which we loved because we didn't talk outside the building, like everything was in-house, and we loved it because actually it was an advantage. Like Teddy would say this all the time, Brew would be like, we had them beat before they walked on the field.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, how are they doing this? How are they doing this? And once we put a little bit of doubt in their head in the first or second quarter,
They pissed down their leg.
it was done. We were rolling.
Because we wouldn't make mistakes, and they would.
Yep, we had them.
That's why the great teams embrace the bullseye, baby.
You got to.
Got to.
You got it. You know what? Kyle Busch, this was great, right? So
He rubbed me when I was fucking starting a race in New Hampshire once when I was the pit car.
yeah,
He fucking bumps me.
So I did the same thing. New Hampshire, go right, go.
Do the same thing.
Actually,
to me.
like, so I go out. I walk out with him, and give him a check or something to him, or whatever. So you know, everyone loves to boo him, right? So I come on, they like announce me, and everyone's kind of like, and you know, cheering, and then like they announce him that they want to boo, but I'm on there, so it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And then he just looks at me, he goes, I love the boos. He goes, it means you're relevant. And I was like, I freaking like that.
It's true.
I like that a lot.
Love that
It was
mentality.
Awesome. It was awesome. He was.
You drove the pace car?
Yeah. I didn't drive it. I rode.
See, I drove it.
Yeah.
I drove the pace car.
Getting bumped.
And he was the first. He won the fucking polls, so he was the first car,
Hey, Rubbin's racing.
and that's what he did. I was like, "Hey, but this is Days of Thunder."
He's
dog.
also
He's like,
like-
"I didn't bump you. I rubbed you, Cole.
Yeah.
And Rubbin, he's racing."
He's also a Broncos fan, so
I
mean,
know.
you know
This
he's got to
fucking
give it to you.
cocksucker.
So.
He was so cool though. He let me
All right, well,
into his trailer and everything. But he's
13-year-old's definitely not. So
oh yeah. Come on.
No, I'm teasing.
See, I brought this. This is my Chiefs book from 2018.
Oh my gosh.
So which this is, so as you can see here, Jules, what I do before, getting ready for the game, I've got every game they played, this is form I've, got comfortable using.
Ernie cards.
Well, so these aren't the cards, but one page to use both sides, of course. I got 16 plays on each pad. So if I want to find out, because the Chiefs they're repeaters. If they've done something in a critical situation, middle of the season, you get in that same critical situation, decent chance, you're going to get it again.
And I remember Bill always saying, it's going to be the same play. They might have a different guy. They may have a different formation or a different way of getting there, but it's going to be this guy here, this guy there, and this guy there.
Right, that's typical of most good teams. You get in the critical situation in the fourth quarter. Like Sean Payton says, you call the plays they know by heart.
I have it.
I mean, when you're going down for a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter, that's what you want to run, right? The stuff you've been running since training camp, you know exactly what to do. Everybody else on the team knows what to do, and that gives you most of the time gives you your best chance of success.
Now, Ernie, you have a play. So this is your folder for the Chiefs, 2018.
Yeah.
Do you have a folder for every single team?
Probably not to this detail.
Not to.
But because I mean, I've got every game here, plus some prior years, and one of the reasons because I do the Chiefs is they're really good. So when I want to, I don't want to go if I'm going to study in the middle of March, study a team. I'm not going to go study the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
That really doesn't work. I want to see what's
that
somebody
Jags
who's
tape.
good. What is there something they're doing that we can use?
Yeah.
And putting it all down on paper, to me is the best way to. Because I will tell you, because you're wearing your Phillips Academy hat. The best teacher I ever had in my life was my Latin teacher at Phillips Academy, who would put us all up at the board before we started class. And he said, "We're going to write out this sentence, how you translated it." And he would come and say, "Oh, lad, if you don't know it well enough to write it down, you don't know it well enough." Now, of course, when I would use, for 30 years, I would say that to players, say, "Hey, I know this play. Okay, put it up on the board. Let's see if you can diagram it. Let's see if you really know it." So I'm a big believer, you really want to know something, put it down on paper, study it, make sure you got it right.
You got to write it down. I wrote down everything. That just make me pay attention. Now, I always remember when we would be playing against these teams, the game plan when we were playing against a Patrick Mahomes team. I just remember as an offensive guy, plaster. We got to plaster. What's the game plan?
So the biggest thing,
What does plaster mean?
Plaster means when the quarterback starts scrambling, you find if there's a guy open, go get on him.
Mm-hmm.
What made this team so dangerous was you got Mahomes and you got Tyreek Hill, who's the speed factor really changes things. So we got to be over the top on him. The other guys are good, but we have to we have to take this guy away deep. And that's what I say. You always start off what at the heart of it. What do we really need to do on defense here?
So what did we do to do that?
So we had Devin. We had safety over the top of him all day, which worked out. But they got that leaves other people one-on-one. I mean, we get it later in the game. They start hitting us with the backs on the wheels. They hit the big play to Hill when Mahomes scrambled. And now you always premise your defense. We'll get a pass rush. We'll keep the quarterback contained. The ball's going to have to come out in about 3 seconds. When the quarterback gets loose, and now he's got up that 5-6 second range, things start to break down. Bad stuff happens. Again, this is you get your plan, you practice it, and you do the best you can.
Now, how come Travis Kelce always seems wide open?
Because he's, you get, number one, he's got other great players around him, so they can't just double up on him. He knows how to work, when the quarterback's moving around, he can adjust with it, and he's got great tools for a receiver.
Yeah. And for this specific Kansas City team, the number one thing was we have to contain Hill.
We
can't let him have a big play.
Stay over the top of him.
Stay over the top. Put Jay Jones, our fastest guy, on him. Put our other guys.
Right. So if he goes over to Watkins, you got Steph, and there's a couple plays there in the second quarter. I mean, it's back-to-back plays. I mean, Steph just wires him at the line of scrimmage. So yeah, you got single coverage, but it's against Steph Gilmore, and your guy can't get off the line of scrimmage. And then stuff happens during the game. They hit one big play on him because he kind of takes a sneak. What you can't do. I mean, you're an old defensive back. You play in the AFC Championship game. When it's man-to-man coverage, what's the most important thing?
Keep your leverage.
Keep your leverage and keep your focus on the receiver.
And your receiver. Do not have your eyes in the background.
You stick your eyes back at the quarterback, it's over. And even as great a player as Steph is, got caught one time. He stuck a peek back. And, it's going the wrong direction. So, I mean, this is, like I say, it's a messy game. Stuff happens. You just keep going. Do the best you can. And you try to make more plays for your team than their guys are making for their team.
Yeah.
You can have a plan and all that. It doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah. I mean, you always got to adjust, as we know.
Okay, because the other team is doing exactly, the other team's trying to counteract what you're doing.
Adjust to the adjustments.
Yeah.
That's how, it's simple. What do you think of what the Chiefs have accomplished since this game?
It's been phenomenal. Listen, they were, I mean, winning multiple Super Bowls, and really, okay, they lost one because their offensive line was crippled up. I mean, they've been, for the last 6 years, they've been like we were. Go to the championship game every year, go to a bunch of Super Bowls. I mean, I think it's a tremendous accomplishment.
Can you draw any similarities between this run and our run?
Just having, I mean, I'm not there, but I know it's you've got to have, mentally tough people who know how, to play over that long NFL season and can know how to show up and be there when it counts.
The one thing that I always say when people ask me this same question is it's been really impressive to see how they've reinvented their team the last 3 times.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like they've had to adjust, and they, people don't realize how hard it is to sustain success with the salary cap, with when you have to pay certain guys and you don't have enough money for other guys, and having the humility and being humble enough to change their team from being a high-flying team like they were in this year to a run defensive kind of team these last couple years. I mean, that's something that we always had to adjust to. We always adjusted our team to what we could put on the field.
Yep.
So that's some of the stuff. What makes Andy Reid such a good coach?
He's got a great system. He believes in it. Obviously knows how to teach it. I mean, he's been doing now, because remember, for him, before the Kansas City, there was Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they went to, they had the string there. They went to, several NFC championship games. And look, when you're in the Final Four and you lose a couple, people say, they're not that good. I mean, you forget it. To get just to get to the championship game, you got to be really good. There may be somebody who's just a little bit better and beats you, but that really shouldn't take away anything from what you do. Although in the end, there's 32 teams in the NFL. There's only one that gets to stand out there, with that final trophy. So just because maybe, hey, you didn't quite get there, you still could be really good. You just not quite good enough to win the championship.
How are Andy Reid and Bill different? And how are they alike?
Never,
talks.
Because I've never worked with Andy, and Bill I've known for 50 years, so that's a little bit of a hard one for me to.
I've heard that he practices hard. I heard that they practice really hard.
That's my impression. This is a team, when they come out for pregame warm up, and nobody's screwing around. I mean, they're getting after playing football.
Yeah.
And you remember, particularly your younger days, I think we practiced hard.
We practiced, yeah.
I mean, we were in pads in camp.
2 days, run in the morning, pass in the evening.
I mean, that's classic NFL.
Ugh.
I mean, that's why guys would have your offensive linemen. They'd have on their their 7-stud grass cleats for the morning. They'd have on their turf shoes for the afternoon for pass protection.
Yeah.
It's the old thing about the different games. Are you familiar with this?
A little bit.
Okay. Croquet is a gentleman's game played by gentlemen. Soccer is a beastly game played by gentlemen. Rugby is a gentleman's game, and all that. Football is a beastly game played by beasts. Okay, I mean, it's it's a nasty game, and if you want to learn how to play it, it's hard, it's tough.
It's tough. You better be willing to bleed, eat some dirt, take a tablespoon of cement. At least back in the day. I don't know about now. I'm joking.
But it's and that's what you say. And I don't really know any good teams that were soft.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's this. Some teams maybe have tried, and there's just some of the teams, the players come say, "Whoa, it wasn't like this the last team I was at." Well, great. How many championships did you win?
Yeah. Now, did you scout Mahomes coming out of Texas Tech?
We did not really, because this was at the stage we said there is zero possibility of us taking a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but he was,
no. I wish, I wish I could say I'd studied it more than I did, but
Have you seen his evolution from the early part of his career? What have you noticed? How has he evolved? If you've watched it.
Yeah. He started off really good and he's gotten better.
Sums it up.
And being a good quarterback in the NFL, it's a high wire act. There's no net. So, you got to be aggressive with the ball, but you just got, you got to know at some point there's that fine line between being reckless, being aggressive and being reckless.